Hello guys, welcome back to, well, we're not at the bench. I'm behind the bench. The bench is this way. And we're going to go over Harbor Freight's lower priced airbrush compressor combo. I did the other one, which sold for around $119, I believe, with the gravity feed airbrush, a much nicer airbrush, supposedly a better running compressor. With this one, I guess we're still getting, at least we're getting a pressure gauge, but looks like it's a little different as far as it goes. And then it had the other one had the airbrush holders on top and a much nicer airbrush. This is a bottom feed siphon airbrush. But anyway, I was curious because it's currently on sale. I think it's $79, and today is Sunday here. And when I'm filming this, and tomorrow is President's Day here in the U.S., and it's also, which is a holiday. And they're having a sale where you can get 10% off everything in the store. And you can sign up for this coupon. I guess everybody can get it. I use my phone. And you get it for around 71 bucks. So at that price point, I figured I'd do this video first, give you guys a day to get out there. Even so, when the sale's over, you probably can find another coupon. Even then, it's 79 bucks without a coupon, which isn't bad. Again, I'm not at the bench. I have the camera turned around. I'll show you actually where I am. Let me see if I can turn this. Right here are all my thinners behind. You can see all my thinners back here. There's an quick enamel spray dryer. There's a die-cast car I'm going to be testing on. Why am I giving you guys this grand tour? I don't know. Here's a bunch of my primers. These are all my spray can primers. And those are the big bottles of Autoborn. Those are by Creatix. Those are their primers. All my spray can primers go down there. Second shelf up, you can see my Tamiya paints. I'm rearranging my AK. Here's my Model Master collection. In the middle was where I'm going to put my collection of Mecha Empire. More Wicked Colors. Humbles on the end. Let's go way up. Here's my spray can collection from Tamiya. And my Display, my hands in the way, my Display paints. All the way up is part of my stash, which is also over there in the corner. And stash is getting too big. And anyway, let's bring this back over. Let's get the camera right. Sorry, guys, if there's any camera shake. Anyway, let's take a look at the package, and then we'll unbox it and test this baby out. This is the back. No different from the front. 58 max working horsepower. So I guess that's the max it's going to go. I'm guessing that's pushing it. It's probably not going to hit that high. It's 1/5 running horsepower. This is always running. It's tankless, so it'll always be constantly running. I'm guessing on and off, but as you're airbrushing, it usually stays on most of the time. Let's see what we got here. Quiet operation. We will test that. Delivers up to 58 psi. We just read that. Constant pressure. Easy to change colors. Yeah, because it's a siphon feed. Direct hookup airbrushes using the universal fitting. 1/8. Yep. Thermal overload protection, auto reset, rubber suction cup feet. Most of the compressors I've tested, including my Tootie, has that. And a carry handle, most of them seem to have that too. So let's go ahead and unbox this baby here. Let's see how it's packaged up. All right. Manual on top. Get that out of the way. All right, let's see. Oh, here's our hose. I already have one, so we will use the hose I have here. Nice one, though. Nice braided, black braided hose. All right, let's get that out of the way. This is obviously attached to it. Oh, everything's in here, and I think the airbrush is in its own little hard case. Let's go ahead and see if we can pull this out. You know what? We're going to go upside down. This is real time, people. This is in real time. Oh, there we go. Not too bad. Not too bad. No, it's not that heavy. Heavy enough, I guess. We can get this. Oh, there we go. Oh, and that's already sealed up. Really nice. Is it dual action? Yes, it is. It's dual action. Oh, it looks like they copied the Patriot from Badger there. All right, here we go. Oh, came right off nice. Look at that. Look at that. Let's get the camera set better for this. There we go. Much better. You can see more of my stash behind here. All right. A lot of plastic here. Oh, it's not too bad. Let's use that carry handle that they talk about to hold this up while we get the plastic off of this. There we go. All right. That's it. It's much smaller here on the piston head than my other one. And I even think from their other one, I guess that's where you save the money. However, it does not have an adjustable pressure gauge. That is what I thought they said it had, but it doesn't. It just shows what the pressure is. So that could be a problem. And that could be a problem. We'll test it out in a second. We're going to use it with their airbrush. This is how we're going to test it as it comes. We're not going to try it any other way. Let's get this hooked up. I'm going to have a plug behind all these kits you see back here, so we'll see how quiet it is. Let's open up this airbrush. Use my nice box cutter from Irwin. Always use a box cutter, guys. Don't use your hobby knives to open your packages up. Then you start blowing through these blades, which are not exactly too cheap. You know? Always use a box cutter for all their packages. All right, here we go. All right, let's see what we got here. Pretty much the basics. You're only getting one jar, and unfortunately, it's a different angle. Meaning, the Posh that I just tested, when I bought a case of these jars, I can buy them at another angle. So, but you can see what I mean. One's a 60 degree, I think one's like 30. See it? See it? So, drastically different. So these will hang perfectly level, whereas these will end up just at the wrong angle. So we can't use these. We can, however, use the universal plastic caps. So you can leave your paint in here, like I showed in the Posh video. Or is it Poshe? You guys let me know. It also has the cup, which, speaking of the Posh, it had that also. Let's check out the airbrush. Let's check it out. There we go. Oh, nice cap. I do like the cap. Hard to pull off. Different colored. What is this? Brass? Looks like it's brass. Let's see if it's smooth. You know, it's not that bad. We'll know when I airbrush with it. This drives me nuts because my finger drags on all of mine, no matter what the brand is. I end up having to flip it a little bit this way. Now my finger isn't dragging on it, but it looks like they copied Badger to a T. Looks like it's got a starting point. I guess if you want to just single action it, you're gonna push down, the paint's gonna come right out. I don't know why you would do that. I guess if you're pushing forward without pulling it back, you'll always have the same amount of paint coming out. But we'll go all the way forward with that. All right, let's see how the needle looks. Let's pull that out. Probably needs to be polished. Oh, it's really thin. Anybody know the size of the needle on these things? It doesn't say anywhere. Nope, nothing on here. I'll check the packaging in a minute. No, that's that. Yeah, I recommend you polish it with the Flitz polishing. Is it a cream? That stuff is awesome. Get this, guys. It doesn't want to go in. Oh, there it is. It's a little rough. It's a little rough. You're going to get what you pay for here. But a compressor and an airbrush, I guess it's 70 bucks. I'm having a hard time complaining about that. Let's see how this fits in. Yeah, it goes in pretty nice. This we're not going to use. This is for a push-in fitting. See it? So this has got to go. I'll put in my quick release in that. Does the needle pop out the front? It doesn't. It actually doesn't. So technically, I don't even think you need this. And it's got slots in it, so I don't think it's airtight to blow back into that. But, hey, we'll try it anyway. All right, guys, that's the airbrush. We'll hook up a quick release. We'll get it in. Unfortunately, I thought this was an adjustable, but it's just going to blow whatever air pressure is going to blow. I don't know how you adjust it. You know, I mean, we can release the quick. It's got the water trap here, but boy, I don't know how it's going to do. I don't know how it's going to reach the exact pressure, but maybe this airbrush that it comes with, it's made for it. Maybe it doesn't matter what it sprays out at. We'll find out in a minute. Let me pause the camera. I got to get this plugged behind some of these kits back here. We'll see how quiet it is, and then we'll see how it sprays. We'll do a couple of different paints in it and check its performance. Oops, there we go, guys. All right, we are back. I got the hose hooked up. I put my quick release on the end. Can you see it? So the air was stopped until I put a quick release adapter here on the airbrush. But let's see what we get. Let's flicker on. Unfortunately, there is no dialing the gauge. I think it's just going to go right up to, what did it say, 58? Let's see. Oop, moving around a little bit. Oh, that's it. It stopped at 60. 60. So, oh, sorry guys. I imagine that'll just run right out because there's no tank. It's only holding, but what's good is it's holding steady. Here's the water trap. So let's see what happens. No, we're in. So it drops to 50. All right, it maintains when you're holding it down at 30 psi. That's 30 on the nose right there. Let's see how fast it reaches back up. Yeah, it stops dead on at 60. But, I mean, I spray in little bits, like... We're going to be hanging at 40. I mean, I might as well be spray painting a car. It's going to need another gauge. At that point, you might as well move up to the next airbrush compressor. However, this is a kit, and this is what comes with the kit. So let's see how this performs at this particular high rate of pressure. I'll tell you one thing, it probably sprays primers really good. But, yeah, we'll find out in about 2 seconds. All right, guys, let me thin up some paint and load up the jar here. Head over to the booth, which is that way, and we'll see how this thing performs. I might have to move it off this table. It's going to shake right off it. All right, guys, I'm probably going to have to put it on the floor closer to the booth. Let me put some paint in this, and let's figure this thing out. All right, guys, here we go. I got the fan on. The microphone's pretty close to me, so I'm going to try and keep the noise out. We're going to test a couple paints. We'll do some primer. This is Mr. Finishing Surfacer from Mr. Hobby, 1500 Gray. And we'll do one of my Mecha Empire paints. This is anodized green. Aluminum. And those are the two we'll try. Then we'll clean it out using this. You're probably not going to hear it. You're going to hear the fan more than you hear the compressor. But the compressor's on the floor, and I have a rug floor down here, and it's pretty quiet once it hits the floor. But let's go ahead and put in our primer and see what we get. Whoa! It pushes some paint. Now I have some airplane parts here from an old aircraft model, and of course I got spoons galore over here. So let's try some of the black spoon. You know, it goes on pretty good. It's almost like a spray can, having a high-powered spray can. Look at that. You know, it did go on well. I mean, it's primer. We're going to see how the color goes on. So I'm guessing a lot of it's going to come down to how much paint I want to put through it. We'll let that dry. Put that behind me. Let's see how it works on one of these model parts. Seems like nothing until I get closer to it, which is really odd. Can you see it? Watch, I'll stay back here. See, nothing's going on it. You really got to get in close. I mean, it's pushing a lot of paint for sure. It's literally it's like having a customizable spray can. I'd have to say this really is for primers. Maybe some heavy gloss coats. Oh, you didn't get the top here. I mean, it's getting the job done, but it is a little crude. All right, let's see how it goes into these little crevices of this airplane engine. Not bad. I bet you this is good for painting a car body. Like just going over a nice heavy coat of enamel, nice glossy enamel over a car body. I bet you that would work good. Well, you know what? It gets the job done. As far as primers go. This might be a primer-only airbrush. I'll tell you right now. I don't know what else I can paint. Let's try it again. I want to show you guys what I mean with the... see how much is pushing out, but watch this. I mean, you'd think that would cover that thing, but it's not. You got to really come in close. I mean, within 2 inches. Which I'm shocked is because of the amount of air it's pushing, but I think it's so high the air pressure. I think the paint's drying before it's even hitting the piece and flying right by it. That's what it would seem. But it goes on nice. It does go on all right. Let me get this out of the way. Right, now we're going to try out something. We're going to try and clean it out between colors. I have lacquer thinner here. Lacquer. All right. Here's what we're going to do. Keep a rag with you. I always have paper towel nearby. All right, guys, we're going to pull this right off. Some's going to come out, I know it is. So I'm going to try and keep her going. See it? You're going to spill some. You got to be careful. All right. Let all the paint out. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it in this one. And use it just for flushing thinner through it. See that? I can backwash it. Yep. Hard for you guys to see. But it just... Oh, I spilled it all. But it just... if it's pushing it clean, it's ready to go. So we're going to take this back off. Get her out of the way here. And I think we can put the next cup in right now. Let's see. Let's get the thinner out of the way. All right, that was done. My anodized green is next. Oh boy. Let me get something to spray it on. We'll try it on this piece of plastic from Evergreen Scale Models. It's got a little bit of, can you see it? There it is. A little bit of line work in it. Well, it's certainly my color. I think it's drying the second it's hitting. It's just the air pressure is just so powerful. It looks good though. It actually looks good. Let's try it on the smooth side. Yeah, this is definitely great if you guys are just painting car bodies on a car. I think this will get you a really good looking, actually a professional looking job. It's a lot of air pressure. I keep looking down. It does stop off at 30 psi, which is good for primers. And I also think it's good for top coats, clears, or an enamel like this for a car body. This is really nice. It came out nice and even. I think it's going to dry really fast. Yeah, I think that's what we're looking at. Let me show you guys the pattern. Let me get this out of the way. Let me get this out of the way. All right. I'll show you what I mean by a pattern. Let's see how wide it is. See, that's not bad. It's not ridiculous, you know. But I think that's as, I mean, I don't know how fine in detail we're going to get here. Let's try it. That's actually not bad. But, you know, it really is pushing some serious air. But to paint a car body, you can actually paint an actual car with this. I guess if you're repairing a car. Because look at this, we're covering this entire sheet. Yeah, I would, you know, I have nothing bad to say about it. You know, I think this would cover a car body, 1/24th, even larger, and definitely good for primer. You can primer a whole airplane, you know, with one of these jars, I imagine. There's still a lot of paint in there, so it's atomizing the paint pretty good. But this is what it's meant to do, I believe, you know. All right, let me clean this out, guys. We'll wrap this up. We'll head back to the little bench, and we'll go over the results. All right, guys. Well, the results, take it for what it is. I believe this is a great primer car body airbrush, and that's it. It's just pushing too much air for any other type of work. I'm in different lighting here, guys, so forgive me, but this is super smooth. The primer just came out wonderful. Showing the airplane parts, you could see it didn't lose any details, particularly on this engine part. Look at that. So I mean, it's already dry, but obviously when you're pushing that much air in a solvent paint, it's going to dry pretty damn fast. So for primer, and look at the coverage I got here. If you're going to do a car model, this is a small one, but I mean a nice size car model, it pushed my enamels, which are great for car bodies, and it's just, look at it. It's just a beautiful, look at this finish. I mean, look at, you guys are going to get a great finish if you're going to do this for your cars. And I know a lot of guys out there build cars. I used to only build cars. Then I went into aircraft, you know, and back into cars again. Gunpla I've been doing since mid-'80s. I had the first few Gunpla kits. I'm showing my age. Nobody knew what they were. Gundam wasn't even available in America, the TV series. I just liked super robots at the time, you know, Mazinger and whatnot. So I've been in the Gunpla for a long time, but primarily I built a lot of cars growing up. But look at the finish. This is what the finish you'll get, and obviously you need a clear coat. My anodized aluminum colors come out with this satin look, depending on the surface. But look how nice it sprayed that. So these are enamels, and I highly recommend enamels. Oh, right here in the background is old Model Master. Well, these are gone now, but a lot of my colors replicate the colors of Model Master, as you've seen in my other video. Oh, it's still on. Look at that. It just went off. So I would recommend, if you're going to do car bodies and primer, it's worth it. It's 70 bucks. You're going to get the compressor. It did the job. It's basically you're buying a high-end spray can machine, so to speak. What I mean is, these Tamiya cans are $7-8 a piece with tax. You're going to maybe get 2 colors, 3 colors. You're dropping $20-30 on a couple of cans of this paint. So you drop your money into this, and now you're just going to have to mix your favorite colors. You know, you're just going to buy a jar of paint. You know, mine could be able to do 2 or 3 car bodies. So then you go that route, and you're going to get a much nicer paint job than you would a spray can. So I recommend it highly for cars, car kits, and for primer. Other than that, I don't think it serves much of a purpose other than car repair, actual real cars, your car in the garage, I mean. That's the kind of paint that it's pushing. It's almost like it's a spray gun in airbrush form. But it performed well, and I took the needle out. It wasn't that dirty. I mean, obviously, it's easy to pull out just like the Badger as far as cleaning it goes. It's pretty basic. Put a Q-tip up here, and you're good to go. You saw me flush it out, and it went right into the next color with no ill effect, too. So, and you can see how much area we can cover. And that's it. It's been on the whole time. If you notice, it hasn't gone off. It went off that one time. So it does stay. It runs pretty cool. My hand's on it now. It's pretty cool. So, You know the old term, it is what it is. Let me turn it off. It is what it is. I personally think it's for primer, and for that, I wasn't going to try anything else because anything else is a waste of time. I think to spray little pieces. You probably could, but I think you're going to be pushing a lot of paint. Whereas if you go with something where you can turn down your air pressure because you don't have to get in closer, you're just going to need that. I mean, you could buy a pressure gauge for this, then you're pushing it close to another model. But what I'm going to do for you guys is there's a couple of air compressors on Amazon in the $70 range. Just a compressor, but a superior compressor, it seems, in feature-wise. I'm going to grab a couple of those, and I'm going to want to test on them. And I'm trying to see if I can get a low-price, good working compressor for you guys. Couple that with, say, a Badger Patriot, and maybe you can get in for $150, $140 for a real nice setup that will work on everything. You know, that's what I'm going to try and do for you guys. I'm going to see if I can find the perfect setup. But with a coupon at $70 with the airbrush, you're going to do what I showed you, primer and a car body type of stuff. Go for it. I see no problem. It worked great. It's basically like a super spray can where you're able to change the colors. And that's it. That's it for the test. I want you guys to know my paints are selling well. I'm reaching in the back here. My Mecha Empires. I have 40 more colors coming out this week, probably towards the end of the week. And you guys have seen my polished steel. I'm currently working on a blackened version. Can you see it? See the difference? Look at that. I just want to show that off quick, you know. You can see it right there. So we're going for a darker version of the polished steel. And my clears, particularly my flat enamel clear, which is rare. People think there's a lot of flat enamels out there. There aren't. Dull coat by testers is actually a lacquer. But so far, the results spectacular. Look at how nice and dull and light absorbing that matte is. I'm so happy with it. And all those will be on the website this week. Most of the colors I showed you already are on the website. I'll put the link below for my Mecha Empire paints. Anyway, guys, that's the test of Harbor Freight's central pneumatic airbrush setup. And as I said, I went over it. It's good for primer, and I think it's good for car bodies because you can't really adjust it. As it stands, that's what it's good for. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I'm going to try and put up a video right away, maybe tomorrow, I hope. I got some colors I want to test from Mr. Color. And anyway, guys, like the video, please. And please subscribe if you haven't already, because we have a lot more testing to go. Have a great day, guys, in America. Happy, what's tomorrow? President's Day. President's Day tomorrow. Enjoy the day off. And we will see you in the next video.